Welcome back, focused learners. I am so thrilled you're joining me today because we are unpacking something genuinely special in this explainer. If you've ever felt, just small or kind of lost in the daily shuffle, or if you've ever questioned your intrinsic worth, this is exactly the mental reset you need. Today, we're setting the stage for a profound philosophical shift in how we view our place in this massive, sometimes overwhelming universe. We're going to explore a radical change in perspective, one that moves us away from feeling like insignificant specks and toward realizing the massive, boundless potential we actually carry inside of us every single day.
So let me just ask you right off the bat, have you heard this specific quote by Rumi before? Think about it for a second. You've probably seen it scrolling through your feed, or maybe it was written in the front of a journal or some mindfulness book. It's a concept that has completely captivated readers for hundreds of years. But today, we're going way beyond just appreciating it as a nice piece of poetry. We're going to break down exactly why it continues to resonate so deeply with us right now, especially when the sheer noise of the modern world tries to convince us that we're just a tiny, forgettable part of the machine.
Listen to the words themselves. Really let the immense scale of this sink in. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Wow. Just let that sit for a moment. It literally turns everything we assume about our own scale and significance completely upside down. Think about the duality of that metaphor. It challenges the very boundary between what is us and what is the universe. Instead of you being this tiny fragment lost inside a massive container, the entire essence of the container is actually folded into you.
So who actually gave us this absolute gem of a thought? Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi. He was a highly revered 13th century Persian poet and Sufi mystic. But here's a kind of wild fact about him. For a lot of his early life, Rumi wasn't writing poetry at all. He was a traditional, by-the-book legal scholar. It actually wasn't until a profound chance meeting with a wandering mystic named Shams of Tabriz that he tapped into this boundless poetry. I mean, we're talking about the 1200s here. Yet this scholar-turned-mystic was exploring the depths of human consciousness in a way that feels urgently necessary for our fast-paced world today. To really get why Rumi's words still hit so incredibly hard across the centuries, we need to look at the core conflict he's setting up here. It perfectly illustrates the narrative pivot we're exploring in this explainer, contrasting the illusion of smallness directly against the reality of depth. At its core, this quote is brilliant because it takes our default setting, how we usually perceive our own existence, and completely flips it on its head. It asks us to stop looking outward for our value and start looking inward to discover our true scale.
Okay, let's look at that illusion of smallness first. Basically, viewing ourselves as tiny, insignificant drops lost in a massive, overwhelming ocean. And honestly, think about how ridiculously easy it is to fall into this trap nowadays. We live in this gigantic society, billions of people, a constant global news cycle, infinite digital spaces. It is so easy to feel like just one microscopic drop about to be swallowed up by a terrifyingly vast sea. You feel rushed, you feel tense, you feel like a tiny fraction of a fraction of reality. The pressure just makes us shrink. But, as Rumi points out, that sense of insignificance, it's entirely an illusion.
And right here is the magnificent pivot. Take a deep breath, slow down, and consider the reality of depth. Rumi gives us the exact inverse of that smallness. He is saying that the boundless depth, the sheer infinite potential, and the entire consciousness of the universe is fully present right there inside of you. Think about what that actually means for your day-to-day life. You aren't just a fraction of reality staring out at the world. Reality is being expressed directly through you. The exact same forces that create galaxies and move oceans are the forces animating your thoughts and your spirit. You truly contain multitudes.
So how do we actually use this ancient wisdom when modern life tries to squeeze us down? Well, this mindset acts as an amazing, powerful anchor in three distinct ways. First up is your intrinsic worth. Your value isn't based on your physical size, your job title, or your social media following. It's infinite because you contain the essential spark of the world. Second, it highlights our profound interconnectedness, proving you are made of the exact same boundless material as the rest of existence. And finally, it unlocks your hidden potential, reminding you that you have vast, unexplored depths inside your own mind and spirit, just waiting to be discovered. Now, if you thought that first idea was a game changer, absorb this one. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. This is an absolute classic reminder from Rumi, along the exact same lines. I just love the energy here. It's a literal call to action. And to give you some fascinating historical context, remember that Rumi's followers became the famous whirling dervishes. They actually spun an ecstatic dance to physically connect with the divine. He's basically grabbing us and saying, shake off that illusion of smallness, stop playing a tiny role, and realize the vibrant, universal energy that is physically moving through you right now.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. I really want to challenge you directly. What brought this perspective to mind for you today? And more importantly, how will your daily actions change moving forward, knowing you hold the entire ocean within you? Next time you feel totally overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the world, I want you to remember these ideas. You are not a victim of the vastness. The vastness belongs to you. It is a part of who you are at your very core. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Never forget your own boundless depth. Now, go explore it.